What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Watson, the publisher of Freestyle Comics, and we are here for another episode of Chat and Draw. Mayu cannot join me tonight. She has some stuff going on, but she'll be back next week. But we are here, and this is episode 230 of Chat and Draw, y'all. 230 motherfucking episodes, and we're in here live. All right. So what's going on? What's cracking? What's going on? What's going on? Update with Freestyle Comics. 5-star Kickstarter funded. Where we're waiting for everybody's funds to clear for them to release that money to us. Then we're gonna start ordering stuff and start getting out your rewards. We have Greenzone launching tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Yeah, get with it, y'all, get with it. That's happening tomorrow. So follow us at fskgo.com for that one. We'll be talking more about that a little bit later on in the show. I think we have like an event or something. Oh, GalaxyCon Columbus. Yes, we're going there. We're in the building. Hometown crowd, home field advantage. Freestyle Comics is at the Columbus Convention Center, and it's about to be live. We're at table 1331. Booth number, come catch us there. We are doing the hype line. I'm doing some live art there. I haven't done live art there, like live actual traditional style artwork on a big ass piece of cardboard that I'm gonna raffle away. Haven't done that in a very long time. We're gonna have deals. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to y'all about the deals tonight. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk to you about the deals because if you joined me last night, I was getting con ready, and that was kind of like the boring stuff of making the list of everything we want to do. I'll talk about the deals. We got Fish Lee with us tonight, so we're gonna talk about Greenzone. We're gonna show you the covers that I've done for Greenzone because normally I draw the covers on Chat and Draw, right? But we wanted to have the covers in time for the Kickstarter, so y'all could order them. We didn't want to wait, so I got them done. But I got the video of me drawing them, so we'll play that today. We'll talk about the deals that we'll have going at GalaxyCon, so why you should be there and checking us out, and we'll talk about some stuff, and I think I'm going to draw some Hotshot pages tonight. Yay! Who knows? But let's get our guest out here.
Wait a second. A new opponent has interrupted the tournament.
Officially, what's up?
What is up? I love that intro, man. That is freaking awesome, dude.
You're actually the first person that we've used the regular intro on.
That is so cool. I was like, ooh, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Oh, wait a minute. That's me.
Awesome. So, Fish, we got you on here. Let's see. Creator, writer, artist, post-production work, all of it for Greenzone.
Chief cook and bottle washer. Yeah.
We had a successful campaign for Greenzone 1. Now we're coming back for book 2 and 3. What can you tell us about it? And while you're chatting, we're gonna showcase the covers that I drew.
Man, I am so excited for folks to get their hands on issue 2 and 3. I was really worried. When we were putting the Kickstarter page together, I was like, I didn't want to use art that had the lettering on it because I was afraid I was going to give too many of the secrets of things that are going to happen away because, there's things that happen in the book and there's cliffhangers and there's exciting stuff coming and I don't want to ruin any of that. But man, it is awesome. We get to see more of the world. We get to see more of the differences in how the different characters live and what their home lives are like a little bit. Which kind of puts everything else in more perspective when you see them interacting with each other. We get to see more of the world. There's action, there's excitement, there's chaos and destruction, and villains are introduced. And oh man, you get to see a lot more of the block that Virgil lives in, and that's a character in its own right, man. It's its whole own freaking ecosystem going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very excited about these 2 issues, and because your book is so different from everything that we've done at FSK, I want it to be different with the covers that I did. So I went sexy.
Yeah,
I went sexy with my covers. Because even mutants deserve to feel sexy.
Absolutely. Everybody deserves to feel sexy. This one actually tickled me the most because you're going to see in storylines that come down the line, she is a very sexy woman, even though, she doesn't always come off that way in uniform. But she knows how to work it when she wants to.
Oh, for real? So that cover is kind of super appropriate.
Yeah, it really is.
I did her that way because I was like, you normally don't see this, number one, in any type of modeling. They barely show that type of thing. And then I was like, especially on a comic cover. So I'm about to go ahead and bust my girl's wig out, give her some nice curls, let her have the open jacket, teasing and taunting you or whatever. Then for this one, I love drawing this character. I love Bellamy.
Oh yeah.
Stuck with her FSK gala outfit. But I've fallen in love with this blending with the white background, with the white dress, white costumes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it looks really
fun.
cool.
So
It's very subtle. I love it. I dig it. I have really enjoyed seeing other people's takes on the characters,
mhm,
like the different variant covers I commissioned this time from like Chris Thomasma and Drew Moss and the covers that you did. It's always exciting for me to see how different people portray the characters. Like when Ryan did the Bellamy cover on the last Kickstarter, doesn't look anything like my Bellamy, but it looks like the actress that played her in the movie or something. I
mhm.
freaking love it. It's one of my favorite interpretations. And
What's up, Brad? What's up, Legend? And that Legend, you are correct. You will be the first marathon runner on here when we do that. And I was waiting for conventions to be done. This is my last convention this year, so yeah, we're gonna get it in.
it has been one after another, after another, after another. Man, it has been a busy year.
It has been, and combining that with all the Kickstarters we've done this year, all the events we've done this year, all the conventions we've done this year, and running the website this year, we've done a lot this year.
That's a lot of plates to keep spinning at one time.
Yeah.
That's a lot going on.
All right, let's get the. Oh, look at this. Let's get the link up, so you guys can go follow the Kickstarter. It'll be launching tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. I'll get the actual live link for the show up here posted tonight, so you guys can tune into it and watch us launch this bad boy and see if you are going to get first slot. I don't know what we're going to give away for it, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like I know the guys that are probably in the running for first slot. I'm just curious who's going to get it now.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Morgan likes to sneak in there like a ninja, though.
Oh yeah, he'll sneak in there sometimes, and like I wasn't even expecting him, and I'm waiting for Andrew or somebody to come in and get it, and then there's Morgan.
Yeah,
I've given up, man. I can't compete with these guys. I refresh the pages so often that Kickstarter thinks I'm a bot, and I still like can't beat Andrew and Morgan. So like I don't
yeah,
try anymore. I'm good enough
it's
getting in
hard.
first day on these books now.
It's hard, but they have fun with it. Let me close this one out. But the thing I'm excited about for your Kickstarter, obviously the books, and there is one variant cover. I can't remember who did it, but he drew Bellamy a profile, like semi-profile, three-quarter shot of her face, and it is gorgeous. I love it so much. It's my favorite cover that's on
Yeah,
your
that's Drew
campaign.
Moss.
Closely followed by your 80s retro cover. I love that one too. So I definitely got some covers on here that I want to get. But the thing I am excited about on your campaign right now, hold up, where is it? Where is it? Okay, there goes my group. Is your merch. I am
Oh,
excited for
dude.
your merch. And
I
I
am
am about
so
to
excited for the keychains, man. I cannot wait to get my hands on those. My wife is super excited, and she saw like the jacket and stuff last night as I was looking through the Kickstarter page. Oh man, her jaw dropped. She's super excited about it.
Yes.
Man.
So here is the Virgil Flex shirt. So this is from our Flex line. We premiered it with 5-star in our last Kickstarter. I asked Fish to give me a kick-ass solo drawing of Virgil, and this is what he gave me. This is actually the back of the shirt. It's a full print around on the shirt. That's the front. I love like the extra big Virgil in there. I love
Oh
it so
man.
much.
It is
So
so cool.
I'm definitely copping this shirt. And then we got the Virgil, the FSK homage shirt with Virgil with the throwback FSK logo and Virgil on the front of it. That green pops on that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is on a couple of our FSK models, aka stock art, y'all. I mean, the shirt looks good in action, right?
Yeah,
Looks
it
good in
does.
action. All right. Oh wait, you're not. Oh no, you're not supposed to see that. That's top secret stuff. Hold up,
Y'all
hold up.
didn't see that. Y'all close your eyes.
Y'all didn't see that. Y'all didn't see that. That's for a later announcement. I was trying to show y'all the jacket because the jacket. My wife wants the jacket,
Oh yeah.
and then I try Fish. Fish saw the jacket and he's like, "What size did you got that in?"
Man, I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken.
I tried to get it in Fish's size, but none of the vendors that we had it in that size. But here is the flex shirt on one of our stock models, so you guys get a good look at that. Shirt looks real good in action too. I love you gotta love like the classic shirt that has a single image of the character on it or whatever. But when you start integrating like the whole shirt into the design,
Oh, dude, that is
yeah,
so cool. That is so
those are the
cool.
covers. Let's see here. Can I back it up? There he is.
Oh yeah,
Woo! Look at that jacket.
man,
Look at
that
that
is
jacket.
so tight. That is so awesome, dude. I am so jealous.
Dude, I know your wife is gonna wear it and flaunt it in front of you.
Oh,
Anytime you met.
absolutely. She's gonna wear that to work. She's gonna wear that everywhere.
There's the back of the jacket, and we got the action and the art on one sleeve of the jacket too. Um, this was super super fun to make, and that's how it looks on the front completely. I think this is my favorite jacket that we've done so far for any of our merch. This is really really good one to me.
And I was trying to think through, like, when I knew you needed the image, I was trying to think through like some of the ideas we had about for the shirts and stuff. And I was like, man, what would look really cool? Like, I need this to really rock and not just like be like Virgil standing there. And
Yeah,
that was fun. It came out good.
yeah. It's funny. It's great when collaborations come together. Because we actually brought on two of the interns from the summer internship. They run our graphic design department. They put together our Kickstarters. They do all the graphics and stuff for us. And then so it was really cool because they know how to make the Kickstarter pages now because I trained them how to do that. And I
Hmm.
said, all right, whatever you need art wise, if it's not in the Greenzone folders that we have, you're gonna have to ask Fish for it. And Fish will whip it up for you lickety split. Just let them know what you need and and when or whatnot. So it's been this whole collaboration thing between me, the graphic designers, Fish, and just this back and forth triangle of art that we've worked on for all this
Yeah.
stuff. And it's been really cool though. It's been like a really cool experience.
Oh man, they did such a bang up job on the Kickstarter. I'm really impressed with the way it looks, and like Luis came to me and was like, "Hey, do you mind if I like change those banners up and do something different?" And I was like, "No, man, go ahead." And the police tape banners that he did, dude, they look so
So
sharp.
that police state banner thing is like it's such a simple idea. It's such a
Hmm.
simple thing, but it was clever for him to think of it to go like that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we are going to give you guys a sneak peek at the campaign tonight, give you a look at it and all this hard work. Pop it up right there. Boom shakalaka. We are going for a $4,000 goal. We got 2 weeks to go to hit this bad boy. So we're gonna need everybody's help to make this happen. Uh, I love this little image that Fish made of Greenzone. I think it is adorable.
I didn't make that.
You didn't make this,
No, I didn't make that.
Louis?
I think it's precious. I love it. I didn't draw it, but I love it.
Dude, I felt like this was the title block for the animated series.
I
All
could
right,
totally see that. I could totally see that.
shout out to Lewis because he's the only other person that was working on this. And here's that police tape that Lewis strung
Hmm.
it in. Looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
Like
It really takes it up a notch. I love it.
the theme of this whole Kickstarter looks great. We got our characters here that was put together by Fish, and then here's a look at the interior pages. Woo! Woo! Look at that bad boy.
And I've brought on a colorist for book 2 and like most of book 3, Nick Thompson. and he did an amazing job on it. I absolutely love his work. I've uh, ran out of time and funds, so I had to wrap up the rest of book 3 myself. But that happens sometimes. But
Yeah,
I'm matching to what he did because I love the look that he laid down, and I'm hoping to continue to use him. And he's killing it. He did an awesome job.
awesome. All right, all right, Andrew. Here's the variant covers you were looking for. This is cover A, so this is the normal cover that we'll have on here. Cover B. In case y'all didn't know, cover B is on all FSK books from mine because I'm the publisher and I claim that spot. So that's my number 2 cover. We brought Chris Thomas's back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love his covers too. Like, particularly his ladies are so cute and relatable and realistic feeling. And like, I love that picture of Bellamy there. Love it.
Yeah, if you look closer in the background, you might see some FSK people back there. This cover by Drew Moss is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it is my favorite cover. I love it. There's so much emotion.
Oh, his faces. That's why I went to Drew. I was like, he just kills it on it. He does all of these, like, images of Marvel characters and stuff on his Instagram, but like, it's not Marvel's Namor. It's like, the guy that lives around the corner as Namor, and it's a lady that works at the coffee shop as Storm. Like, they look like real people that and they're beautiful and they're amazing. And I knew he was going to kill it on that. He just nailed it. And then I was like, hey, if some of her spikes are coming out of her clothes, that's fine. Cause you see that in the second issue. So, he went with it, man. I love what he did with it.
Yeah, absolutely love this cover. It's covers like this. I like all the covers, but then it's a cover like this that you say, yeah, I got to get all the covers. I got to go to the all covers here now.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the Police Academy homage, actual idea from J-Man.
Absolutely. Man, once he mentioned that idea, I had it stuck in my head, and I got to looking at the posters, and the poster for Police Academy 2 and the second issue, man, that was just too perfect not to match up and put in there.
And so cover E's E is for exclusive. You will only be able to get the cover E's on the Kickstarter in the all covers tiers. So if you want this cover, you got to get it on this tier. We will not be selling them on the website. We'll not be selling at conventions. So you got to get it off of the Kickstarter. Cover E's are for exclusives. And now we're on cover 3, which I'm loving the idea, the reoccurring idea that Fish has going here with each character lined up on the wall for the covers. I think that's great, especially for opening story arcs. The first few issues, getting you introduced to everybody.
Getting them a feel for everybody. And honestly, like, how they relate to each other. Because, like, Virgil is a very different height than everybody else. And, I like being able to show that off, too. And you get to see some of their different personalities and attitudes. Because, Danny's all like, hey, how you doing? What's up? And, he can't take a serious picture. Because that's, not who he is. And I love that.
Yeah. And here's my other sexy cover for cover B on 3. I love it. I had so much fun with this cover, man. I had a lot of fun with this. Had to get a gun reference. Got her in her jacket and got that one bullet in her hand like she's about to load it. Hey, she's smoking hot, y'all, on this cover.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got another Chris Thomas cover here.
Oh, his Virgil is so cute. And he just nailed the colors, man. The colors are beautiful. And Virgil's so cute and so sad. And I just love it. Now, I got to tell you, I'm going to have Lori, my editor, Lori Foster from UHS, on Friday night with us on 5 Star Fridays, talk about this. Like, I literally had her like crying as I was sending her pages for book 2. She's like, oh my God, poor Virgil. And I just, I love it. I love it. I can't tell you too much, but I love it.
And then on our cover D, we got Drew Moss back again with his take on Virgil.
Dude, he went for it. Like, he studied. I sent him all the references and stuff, but I was like, you don't have to draw my Virgil. Like this is what he's based on. He studied the anatomy of horny toads and stuff, and
Mm.
like he worked hard on this image, and it blew my mind, man. It is so wild. I love it.
Andrew said for cover 4, he needs a Super Troopers variant.
That's a good idea. That is a really good idea.
And cover E. All right, thank you. Cover E. Again, E is for exclusive people. Exclusivity. You can only get this cover on this campaign on the all covers tier. All right. And this cover is amazing. The retro look, look, Fish killed it. Look, don't tell Fish that he's clever. All right. I'm only going to say it to y'all. I'm not going to say it to Fish, but he's clever as hell. All right. This is a dope cover right here. I just love it. In the suit, Miami Vice style, the retro video game style background with Miami. It's great, y'all.
Yeah, once I hit, and honestly, I can really thank J Man for it because the other cover inspired me to this one. I was like, well, if I'm gonna homage, one cop show, what else could I do? And then I was thinking partners, and their budding partnership is a big deal in book 3, and what better two partners than Crockett and Tubbs. So yeah, and then once I imagined Virgil in that T-shirt, it was all over, dude. I had to do that. The T-shirt all stretched out across. Oh God, I love it so much.
It's super fun. I love the city skyline in Virgil's glasses being reflected.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I went as totally 80s with it as I possibly could, man.
So look, and then we got. I'll give you a couple of these because I don't want to linger on these too long. But yeah, that keychain right there, getting made. It is adorable. It is happening. So look, that's all I'm going to give y'all. All right, go to the Kickstarter. It launches live tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. We're going to drop that bad boy off. The all covers tier is going to give you access to all the covers, including cover E's. But remember, you will not be able to get those cover E's anywhere else. And I think it's dope that Fish chose those covers to be E's because they're perfect homage covers. So it goes with the exclusivity of it all. These are great covers. This is a great looking campaign. Again, shout out to Lewis for putting this together for us. And
oh man, he nailed it.
Fish had some great art to knock that campaign down with. So tomorrow we're gonna stream it. We're gonna launch it. 4 stacks is what we need. 17 days to make it happen, y'all. Looking forward to getting this campaign in the bucket, getting it funded and on its way, and getting these books. Because what's so funny about the whole thing is I'm the publisher, so I get to see the books before they go out. But I still want my books. I want my physical copies of my books to read and hold because I'm reading it on the screen and I'm like, damn, this is good. But there's just something tactile about flipping through the actual pages.
Oh yeah, and the whole page turn and having revealed what's on the next page and oh, I love it. I've got a drawer in the little cabinet beside my recliner where I work all day that is just filling up with FSK comics so that I can go back and look through my stuff and make sure what I did before and keep it consistent. And then new stuff I get from FSK I want to keep around to look back at. And that drawer's filling up, man. It's filling up fast. I'm going to have to get a bookshelf or something over there to put stuff on pretty soon.
Yeah, I did the count with Danny yesterday. We dropped 14 books this year.
That's awesome.
That's a book every single month at +2.
That's amazing. That's
the most books that we've ever put out at FSK. And it's not just me. It is the team that we have with the creatives that have brought their books to FSK, which I'm very appreciative of. So we have put out a lot of content this year for studio. I'm very much so looking forward to our end of the year wrap up and how we performed versus last year. This is definitely one of the biggest years for freestyle comics as individual performance. So I'm working on a little book called Hotshot. I showed you guys, or I worked on page 1 and 2. Here's page 3 and 4. And We're going to page 5 and 6 right now. Let's see here.
Man.
Yeah, so Lori's already started inking these. So we've been putting in the work on these pages.
So,
This
what
book,
is this about looking for an artist for Hotshot now? That's not the kind of thing you can just throw out there and tease people with. Like, that ain't something to play with now.
well, apparently I got cussed out for saying that by Victor Dandridge, Dan Cooper, and Sean Mack. Sean Mack called me and cussed me out. Uh, and so the thing is, we've been taking on so much stuff with FSK. We are over 20 people deep, whether that's freelance people or people that have property, creative property here, or people that's like the managing staff of FSK. That doesn't even include the intern class, which our internship class this semester is going to be 12 people deep. Uh,
Ooh.
we're trying to bring in another person, another book this year as well. All the events that we've done a lot of events this year, the conventions and the traveling, and then a lot of stuff that honestly I don't want to pay other artists for because I can do it and release it with our stuff, but I don't have time to do it. Like there's a lot of things that I want to draw to promote FSK that's much faster if I just draw it and get it done versus finding somebody to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to have more time to work on that stuff and get things done for FSK, but I still want to put out Hotshot books. Uh, why are you give me my food? My child is. I'm glad y'all can't see what she's doing right now. Go back to the um. There's just a lot of stuff that I want to do to take FSK to the next level. Like I want to. There's all the stuff with some schools that I'm working with that I want to do. That's going to be like a year-long project to help raise the awareness and help build our audience and get us into school systems, get us deeper in with CCAD, the Art Academy of Cincinnati, some high schools and some middle schools. So kids are addicted to our books, and, to increase their sales. And I really felt like in order to do that, I need somebody to help me draw Hotshot so those books can keep coming out. Because I've done something this year that I've never done before. I've paid already for Hotshot issue 25, which is written right now. Robert Jeffrey has written Hotshot 24, but we're only on Hotshot issue 12 right now. But
I was going to say, that's.
So we've got to get to this 24 and 25th issue because that's our big crossover. But I need to get these books out, and job, family, actually trying to get some rest. I felt like I needed help drawing the book. But as I've been cussed out by Sean, Victor, and Danny, maybe I don't need help. I don't know.
Yeah, you can lighten up on the sleeping and do you really need to go to the bathroom more than once a day? I mean, there's things you could cut out. I got fussed at by my shrink, and like she assigned me, I have to start playing video games because like I just work all day long from the time I get up until the time I go to bed. It has gotten to the point now that if I'm not working, I start to have a panic attack or I fall asleep because my body's like, oh, we're not working. It's time to sleep. Doesn't matter if we're at the movies or if I'm supposed to be watching TV with the wife. I'm like out because it's work and sleep. That's what I do. And she's like, that's not good. You gotta start making time for something fun that you enjoy. And so, I got assigned playing video games.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny if you got assigned to play video games. And I know that's something that we have been doing lately, actually playing video games. I haven't got to play video games in a while, but the last couple of weeks I have actually gotten to do that. And I told my wife this past weekend, I was like, hey, we actually weekend this weekend. Like it felt like we did shit. Like we hung out, we did stuff with the family, we watched movies, we cooked together, we played video games, and like the weekend actually lasted.
I
So,
can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine it because I'm working the whole time.
right, but that's the first time that it's felt like that though, Fish.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't felt like I haven't felt a weekend like that in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am, if I'm not, if I'm not working, I'm drawing, or I'm promoting, or I'm in a meeting, or I'm running an internship class, or I'm doing something with my wife, I'm doing something with the kids, or I'm always doing something. And
Mm-hmm.
then like I'm at the point. I mean, we both love drawing comic books. So when we draw
Oh
comic
yeah,
books, it's not work to us, but it is. It's work.
it is work. Like it's stressful. You wouldn't think it's stressful, but like when I've worked 16 hours today and I go to lay down at the end of the night, like my brain is fried.
Mhm.
I'm exhausted, and I've been sitting in a recliner with my tablet all day drawing, but my mind has been working 90 miles an hour to get it done. Man,
Yeah.
I sat down and added it up. Just this year, I have, when I complete the book that I'm working on right now, which should be next week, I think I should be done with it. I will have done 296 pages this year
Oh my
and
goodness.
like 80 videos. So that's not nothing, you know, like time lapse videos and animated videos and stuff, like the new opening for 5 Star Fridays, or the animated video for the beginning of the Kickstarter for Greenzone, stuff like that.
Yeah, you put a lot of work into that stuff, and it shows. And again, it's like you said, it doesn't in our heads to us because we love doing it. It doesn't immediately feel like work, but we are really working, doing a lot of
Hmm.
different stuff because being trying to be creative, putting that stuff together, figuring out where this fits, figuring out where this goes, and stuff like that. And then you think that the thing that you love, oh, that's not work. That's what I love to do, but that is also making you tired because it is
Oh
work.
yeah, and I would absolutely rather be drawing comic books than digging a ditch, or go back to just regular old graphic design stuff. I love this job so much more, and I'm
Mhm.
so much more happy at the end of the day and less stressed out. But it is work. It's hard work, and it takes time away from spending time with my family, and like you said, cooking dinners and just hanging out and playing video games and stuff like that. This weekend when we were in Oklahoma, it was the first time I played video games with Eli in months, because I'm working all the time.
Mhm.
I'm hoping this next year I can ease up a little bit, because we've got 3 Kickstarters planned for next year with 2 books of Green Zone apiece. And if everybody loves it as much as they've been loving the first issue of Green Zone, then that'll be good. And I can relax a little bit on all the other jobs that I do to pay the bills.
I know, but you're just as guilty as me because I put up that sign and you threw your hat in.
Oh, absolutely, I did. Absolutely, I did. Absolutely. I mean, like, if nothing else, if I'm only doing books for FSK, then that cuts out all the other having to look and juggle with different clients and stuff. Like, you know, wouldn't be nothing to keep me busy. And
I saw that. Tony called. Tony texted me. No, I think Tony called me. He's like, Fish threw his hat in the ring. I was like, no, he didn't. Fish is always telling me he tried to just draw Green Zone. He tried to get his book list down, and then there it was, the gift of the penguin throwing his hat in the ring.
oh yeah,
I was like, this is some serious consideration now, because people
see,
obviously like
Danny,
really.
see, Danny J. Quick thinks me drawing Hotshot would be dope.
I think it would be too. It might actually be something I do because I do want to get books out, but I still, I won't stop drawing Hotshot.
Hmm.
Drawing every other issue or something might be something to consider. Me and Cooper are talking about it. I just want to be able to get these books out.
Oh,
And
I'm already thinking of, like, I've got whole story arcs for other stories in the Greenzone universe that, in a year or two, I'd like to hire other people to do and like just write it, or even just like plot out what needs to happen, in the first 6 issues and hire somebody else to write it. But
Mhm.
I get it. I want to get the books out there too. And, it doesn't have to be me doing it. It's just right now I'm faster and cheaper than anybody else.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a balancing act. I can see if I was just uh, you know, if I was just drawing Hotshot and I wasn't trying to run FSK at the same time, that'd be different. But it's a
Mhm.
balancing act, and sometimes it gets hard trying to balance it. And I sit here and I look at these pages, and I look at the scripts that we have, and I'm like, damn, I need to sit down and hurry to get this out. But there's and I'm sure Fish can attest. There's just certain things that happen or that you do. Is like it's not a knock against anybody else. It's just I'm the only person that can do this the way that I need it to be done.
Mhm. And hiring a colorist was tough on me because like I think in full color now when I'm drawing, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't used to. I used to think in black and white. Now I think in full color. And so I handed him off these inked pages and he sends them back to me, and I'm like, but that's not the color of her hair, and her jacket was a different color, and the skillet was going to be, and but then I'm like, he did an amazing job on this. It looks beautiful. He did beautiful things that I wouldn't have even thought to do. Like, this is where I have to shut up and trust the person that I've hired to do the job and not, nitpick it because, like, in my head, I already had it colored, but he did such a great job on it. I can't argue with what he did, but, that part of my brain is still like, but her hair was going to be purple, but it looks great the way it is. So, and it's a character you're probably never going to see again. So it doesn't matter. Though I'm so bad, like everybody I put in the background is just a one off character to fill up space. I now have backstories for and stuff I'm going to do with later. I'm so bad. I can't just have a throwaway character. I end up imagining everything out there.
I dig that. So, Fish, what what movies have you seen lately?
Oh man, I saw Wakanda Forever. Um, oh, what was it that came out right before that?
Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adam. Took the whole family. That was one thing that I stopped for and went to go see Black Adam and went to go see Wakanda Forever. And I was like, I'm stopping. We're doing this. And I'm not going to beat myself up that I'm going to miss 2 pages while I'm doing this. It's going to be okay. And
What do you think of Black Adam?
I liked it. I really did. I was very concerned with the idea of them trying to turn him into a hero right away, and
Mm,
not like give him some kind of redemptive arc or something. But I liked the movie. I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed every minute of it. It had some of my favorite actors in there. I enjoyed it. I like what they did, and I liked them building up you know his relationship and heritage in that city and how much that land meant to him and the people there, and that made me believe he might would step up and try and be a hero there in his own way, and I enjoyed it.
I thought it was great. I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. There was definitely some things that bothered me about it, but it didn't bother me enough to take my enjoyment of the film away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And The Rock is electric gold. I mean, whoever came up with the most electrifying man in Hollywood, he is right. He is. He is. You can't tell me. You can tell me several bad Rock movies, but you
Oh
can't tell
yeah.
me one movie that The Rock was bad in. Go ahead.
I don't know now.
Come on. Oh, here we go. Tell me a movie Rock was bad in. Go
I
ahead.
mean, I'm trying to think because I don't want to just, throw out stuff without having something to back it up. But I remember when he first started acting, And I was like, oof, yeah, this ain't. I don't think this is the lane for this kid. But he got better as he went. But then everybody did. Will Smith was not a good actor in the beginning. Now I think he's a great actor, and he got better and better and better and learned and grew, and The Rock has too. But man, those first couple of things he did, the Tooth Fairy. Okay, yeah, that. I mean, it was funny, but uh, and the one where he's the all of a sudden dad to the little girl, and and he's a football player and whatnot. That was a little rough in some spots.
Wasn't that the Tooth Fairy?
No, that wasn't the Tooth Fairy. That was, I don't remember what it was called, but uh I don't know. I'm not up on my rock trivia for the movie
No,
titles. But I mean, but like I said, he's come around, and now I thoroughly enjoy him. I mean, it still kind of feels like game plan. There you go, Danny J. Quick, the game plan.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I still kind of feel like he's always playing The Rock in every movie, but he does it well, and I enjoy it, so I'm not knocking it. I mean, Tony Danza plays the same character in everything, and he's always named Tony. So, like, there is a lane there that you can get in and be successful. So
I'll disagree with you a little bit on that one. I think The Rock has been playing characters all the way up until Fast and Furious 5. After Fast and Furious 5, he's no longer pretending to be somebody else. He's just The Rock. Because if you watch Fast 5, he actually is a different person in that movie. He's, typical action guy or whatever, but he's not Dwayne Johnson, but he's still entertaining. But after that movie, it's all Rock and everything else moving forward. So I think like he tried to give it a legitimate shot at, actually acting, maybe not super hard, but he did try to be other people.
Well, and within what he has at the time to use, like you're not going to go out there and, be the best actor in the world just starting out. Nobody was, but but hey, he's out there trying and stretching his brand and doing, and I'm nothing but proud of him.
Yeah, he is the, as they say, apparently the highest paid man in Hollywood right now.
And those numbers just keep going up, like ridiculously up.
Yeah, I know people are trying to give him trash for Black Adam only making $400 million. But I digress. Shut up. Black Adam and the Justice League Society are characters that are known by hardcore comic book fans, not the general movie-going audience. Mm-hmm. And for them not to know what those characters are, and that movie to make $400 million, that's good.
Mm-hmm. That
is really good, because they are not popular characters that cross the stream.
That's $400 million on. I want to go see The Rock in a superhero movie, because like you said, most of the population don't know these characters, and they might remember Hawkman from Super Friends or something, but they didn't know Dr. Fate or Atom Smasher or
right. They didn't know all those characters, so $400 million
that's pretty good.
I think Shazam's the same thing. Shazam's not a mainstream character. Hardcore fans know about him, but casual fans do not. Casual movie-going fans do not. And I think Shazam did about $500 or $600 million when it came out. Plus, you got to take into account that we're still kind of in a pandemic. People ain't going out to the movie theaters just for anything. You know what I'm saying?
There's still people that are like, yeah, I really wanted to see Wakanda Forever, but I'm not going into a theater to do it. And, which I can respect. I went back to the theaters a long time ago, but I can respect, like if my mom and stepdad were still alive, I wouldn't be taking as many risks going out if I had to go out and, take care of them later that day. So,
Yeah, it's everybody's choice. You got to be comfortable, in your own skin.
Hmm.
Let's see, am I missing any?
That's
Like
looking
trying to
good. I
answer the
can't
comment.
wait for this issue.
Ha! Oh yeah, thank you, Fish. I appreciate that. With issue 12 of Hotshot, we will be doing for the first time, maybe once only, because obviously this issue is very close to my heart. Is all emotional content here that I vibe with or whatnot. So for this issue, we will be releasing a director's cut. Um, I want everybody to be able to read this book because of the story and the significance of it. I think it's an important topic that people should be talking about or whatnot. A lot of people experience it, and I've come to discover a lot of people experience it when I was letting people read the story, and they were telling me how to relate to it. And there's certain lines in here that, as I'm writing it, they just don't hit the same way without some profanity.
Hmm.
Uh, so we will be releasing the director's cut with this. It will be a bit bloodier, and the verbiage will be of a more vulgar caliber. So be ready for that.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I'm already looking forward to the first trade of Green Zone because I've got several little bits of story and stuff that I desperately wanted to put in the books, but just, you've only got so many pages to work with.
Mhm.
And I had to cut some stuff out. I'm putting as much of that stuff in the trade as I can. So, those that have bought the comics will get extra insights and extra little bits when they buy the trade as well. And but I'm every joke I had to cut, every, cool emotional bit, anything I had to cut out, I'm going to fit in there if I can and, make it even better.
Awesome. And that's what trades are for.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Like when we release the Vigilance trade, we're gonna switch it up a bit. There's gonna be 4 issues in there. Vigilance 1, 2, 3, and 4. But between in 3 and 4, we're gonna put Hotshot 5. But we're not just going to throw Hotshot 5 in there. We're going to edit Hotshot 5 and Vigilance 3 together like it's one whole book because it technically is. Hotshot
Hmm.
5 is everything from Hotshot's perspective, and Vigilance 3 is everything from Vigilance's perspective on that fight between Void. So we're going to put those together in the trade with Vigilance 1, 2, and 4.
That's something I've been thinking about too, because like when I started Green Zone, I just started it. Like I just got off of the first show of Five Star Fridays with Tony as his guest, and we were talking about it. And I just started writing, and then next thing you know, like by the end of the week, I had a book penciled, and I just
Hey,
started
we're not
it.
going to, shut up. We're not going to gloss over that. My man said, yeah, I just started it. And then by the end of the week, I had a book penciled. A whole comic book penciled in a week.
Man, you've seen me do it in 29 hours, so don't. You know how fast I can work when I really, put the metal down. But I was also like, lettering it at the same time and all this stuff, and and designing some of these characters on the fly on the page and stuff like that, which took a
Mm,
little bit longer than if I know the characters really well. But uh now, like in the second and third issue, there's some things that I'm showing, so that you better understand the characters, and there's a little bit of jumping around in the timeline, during the day. I want when I do the trade, I want to shuffle those things and put them in order so that it goes from them like waking up in the morning, getting to work, going, some things I put in the first issue so it would be a bit of a surprise, and I want to kind of explain why some of those things were there and show it in chronological order now. But like you said, it's a director's cut, so we can we can do what we want with it.
absolutely. Mm, and I think we should. I know a lot of studios are like, they might put the script in the back or, lay out pages in the back and stuff. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that because I enjoy seeing that stuff too. But I think we're going to do a trade and then basically have somebody rebuying a book that they already bought, but just in a fatter format that we switch it up.
I
We
believe it should
make
have
it a
extra
worth.
value. I believe you should be getting something there that you couldn't get if you just had the floppies. Personally,
Yeah,
and you know, some behind the scenes stuff is cool too, absolutely. And there's some of that stuff that I want to put in there, and I want to put in some of the character drawings and stuff I did for TikTok, where I made up some of the characters that are in book 3 and book 2 now, and show that stuff off. But I also want to throw some extra story in there because I got lots of it for these guys. Oh, speaking of characters in the book, uh, this time around, last time in the Kickstarter for Greenzone, we did a contest and we picked people like the first backer, and then we
oh
picked
yeah,
some
yeah.
random backers. This time, you can actually buy a slot as an add-on to get yourself drawn in the book. So this way, I won't end up with anybody who's like, well, thank you, but I don't want to be in there.
Mm,
And, those that really want to be in there aren't stuck
okay.
to having to, like you can get whatever tier rewards you want, and then you can buy a slot to get yourself in there as a separate thing. And also, the actual physical black and white ink on bristle board 11 by 17 pages from the 2 variant covers that I did are on there as single add-ons. So first come, first serve. If anybody wants that original art, you can have it.
Yeah. I thought that was a great idea, making it like a $50 little plug add-in, and
Mm-hmm.
you specifically have spots designed for it. It's not going to take you out of your way to put that character in there. Um, Actually, I think your book has been the best book for character features, just because of the story and how you've been able to incorporate it in.
Oh, and there's so many like crowd scenes, like
Yeah.
all the time. There's room on the streets that I can put people in. There's crowd scenes, outside of the police station and in the police station and on the streets and at the beach. And like there's just so many places to be able to stick people in. Not to give too much away, but if you want, there's a couple of slots I just drew in an ink today with a rough face in the place where you can be a fireman if you want to.
Mm.
There's all kinds of cool stuff happening in the next couple issues. It gets exciting quick in the next 2 issues, and I'm glad that we're putting the next 2 issues out together, because I'm afraid some people would be knocking down my door if we just put out issue 2 and they couldn't get issue 3 right away to know what happens after the end of issue 2.
Hmm.
But they're still going to be kicking down the door after 3. So, what are you going to do? Because, the end of issue 3 made me cry when I drew it.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was talking to my wife about this one. Like, the page beforehand was real hard to draw because obviously, if you guys been paying attention, this book is about my mom and my stepfather and the things that went on with abuse there. So drawing that page was hard to draw and put my mom in that situation again, but also thinking about that stuff from way back when and how it was and how crappy it was. Um, so it probably took me longer to draw that page than normal. So I'm kind of glad I passed that one because it was a bit draining to draw.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm about to tell you right now, the rest of these pages are going to be like gold. um, this book has become my own personal therapy session. All right.
Man, they don't realize how much emotion and heart goes into this stuff, especially if you're doing it right.
Mhm.
And oh man, like the first issue of Green Zone, the the opening sequence in the blocks where little Virgil is dealing with these cops was extremely emotional for me because it's something I went through when I lived in Mississippi, and like I nearly got shot by a cop, and it didn't matter what I did or what I said. I was trying as hard as I could to be polite and I knew I was getting arrested. I just wanted to make it go as smooth as possible. I didn't want to go into jail with broken arms and legs. I wanted to walk in under my own power. And so I'm all, yes, sir, no, sir. And everything I said made him madder and madder and madder until he started to draw his gun out of his holster. And I swear, man, if the Wendy's hadn't gotten robbed right then at that minute, I don't think I'd be here right now.
That's
And
crazy.
and so like that story directly went in the book. And and every time Virgil says no, sir, trying to de-escalate and be polite and do what he thinks is the right thing in this situation, he just makes the situation worse. And you know, and then there's also like being looked at as a monster because he's a giant, as a child, and the cop doesn't believe that he's a kid, which I've also been through myself. And it's very emotional, man. It took a lot out of me.
Yeah, I dig it. And yeah, people don't, like I said, they don't realize how you get caught up in these stories.
Mhm.
I was watching the series finale of Walking Dead, and it hit me much harder than I thought it would. um, just the notion of loss and people having to have to deal with that, and it was tough, and it wasn't even the death that was so hard because that did get me, but it was spoiler. It was Daryl and Carol saying goodbye because Daryl is
Mm.
going off somewhere else, and Carol had chose to stay behind. So hearing them say goodbye to each other, golly,
That relationship like hits me so deep. And I haven't watched the last several seasons cuz I got rid of satellite and didn't have easy options to watch it to keep up with the current stuff.
yeah,
But I always loved their relationship, and always loved it, at least up to the point that I saw it. Like, it wasn't a physical relationship then. It
no,
was just like two people that have been through it together and care deeply about each other and respect each other. And I feel that. Like, I've got people in my life that I've like lived through trauma with, and we've got friendships that, even though we may be very different people now, I will always love these people, and will always have room for these people at my table because we've been through it together, and that just builds something that you just don't really get any other way.
absolutely. And I think that was the most powerful thing about it is that they were just friends. That this was just a platonic friendship that was full of love. And when Daryl and Carol got on scene, shit happens. They make things
Hmm.
happen. They were that dynamic duo. But man, it was. And I'll tell you what it is because they're at a point right now at the show where it ends where they're comfortable. And for the first real time, Carol has let her guard down. So that one thing where Michonne wanted to put the sword up on the wall and not have to touch it again, they're at that point in the series. So seeing Carol say goodbye and open up, whoo, it
Mm.
was it was good. It was good. But yeah, I wasn't expecting because I fell off of Walking Dead for a couple seasons and we had to, play catch up and watch it again. Or get caught up to the episodes. I'm a big Rick Grimes fan, so I'm excited that's who I want to come back. But they did do some good stuff without Rick being on the show.
Whatever happened with that? Like, when he left, they were talking about doing movies and stuff.
Yeah, they were going to do movies, but for whatever reason,
I
now
guess that was
it's going to be a
pre-COVID too, wasn't it?
it was, but for whatever reason now it's just going to be a mini series with Michonne and Rick. So that's one of the things that is happening um next.
Yeah, I just went back and started trying to find it where I was when I left off so I could start watching it. And then very quickly after like two episodes went by and I hadn't drawn anything, I realized, oh wait, this isn't something I can watch and work at the same time. This is going to have to get put off into a self-care time, something that I focus on just for myself, because I can't do this and work.
Absolutely. Yeah. I made sure I put everything down so I could watch it. Um, it was good though. I was surprised that I got into it. I didn't think I would care as much because Rick wasn't there, but it was good.
Hmm. That's one of the things I always loved about it is the way it makes me care about characters that I didn't know, 3 or 4 episodes ago, and now all of a sudden I do know them and I care. And that's what I've always loved about writing and TV shows and stuff in general is like, on the hospital show, how do they get me to cry when little Timmy dies at the end of a 30-minute episode when I didn't know little Timmy existed 22 minutes ago? And now I'm weeping over his life and his dad holding his little league trophy. And, the fact that they can play with my emotions so much and make me care about somebody so deeply, so quickly has always amazed me. And that's the kind of stuff like when we leave the movies, me and my son are like dissecting and pulling apart and like, figuring out how they did it and why did we care and why, was I emotional and why did we cheer when this happened? And because I want to do that. It is my goal, just so everybody that's still watching knows, it is absolutely my goal to make y'all cry at some point. Like, I have a
Oh
couple,
yeah.
I want you to laugh out loud. I want you to cry when my character cries. I don't want to just like make you cry because they died, but like, I want to make you cry because their heart's breaking. Like, I want you to cry because they're hurting. And I want to make you love somebody and then make you hate them and then make you love them again. Those are some of my goals that, I have set for myself as a writer.
I dig it. Because those are some of the same goals that I have. So I agree with you. Grey's Anatomy will get me every week. Every week,
Every
Grey's Anatomy will get me.
week, man.
They love pulling on your heartstrings on that
Hmm.
damn show, and it helps. It helps because, and so it may be different for you, but for me, I figured out it's not necessarily just the person that's dying. That is sad and that does hurt, but it's everyone affected by the death.
Oh yeah, and it's the mourning everything that was going to happen, because like I realized when I was very young, the stuff that upset me the most when we would lose somebody isn't the fact that they're gone. I mean, yes, I'm going to miss them and I wish I could still talk to my mom and blah blah blah, but it's all the she's not going to get to see my kids graduate and she's not going to meet their wives and she didn't get to meet my wife and all those kind of things
Mm-hmm.
that all the imagined things that we're missing out on. That's what like breaks my heart and makes me weep. And so that's one little emotional tool to pull on. But I got to make you care about the characters first. And
Yeah,
but it's also easy when they tap into things that we can all also identify with. Like we can identify with being a son and being a daughter and a father and a mother and a brother and uh wishing we could have helped when somebody's hurting and we couldn't, or like tapping into some of those things makes it easier for us to identify with it, which
yeah,
is a little trickier when your characters are like 8 foot tall lizard men. But like I want you to feel for Virgil and realize that he is just a dude and a very lonely dude that is been alone his entire life and hurting. And uh some of the emotional stuff that he deals with during the action packed stuff that's going on in the third issue, some of the emotional stuff that he's struggling with might seem kind of weird to some people that have never experienced poverty and loss and stuff. But like, I have seen, like, I used to be a foster parent, and I have seen kids come in and not understand why we would do nice things for them without like what are we trying to get out of this? What is our angle? Why would we just buy them food? Why would we, stop and get McDonald's when we were out on an errand? Like, why, what do you want? Because people don't just buy you a Happy Meal at McDonald's for nothing. And, kids should not be that paranoid, but, when they've grown up rough, they are, and these things aren't normal. You know how to live in the chaos that you grow up living in, but then you get around something else and it seems foreign and weird and you don't understand how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to see a little bit of that with Virgil in this one. And I really can't wait for issue 4 because I really get to delve into it there.
Well, this is awesome. Really looking forward to that and digging into that book. We're going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. We're going to call it quits for tonight. You guys got a peek at Hotshot 12. You got a peek at the Kickstarter. I will do this before I leave because I said I would and I forgot. Let's see here. Yeah, let me open that bad boy up. All right, if you are in the Columbus area and you're coming to GalaxyCon Columbus, holla at us, please. Come see us. We're at booth 1331. But I will tell you tonight so you're ready, so your pockets are ready for the deals that we will have going on at the show this weekend. All right, let me see here. There we go. All right, so this is our price guide for the weekend. All our comic books at the table will be $8. Our variant covers are $10. We will have prints, 11 by 17 full color prints. They are $10 a piece, or you can get 3 of them for $20. We'll have metal bookmarks. We have tons of metal bookmarks. Those are $5 each, or you can get 3 of them for $10. We have some keychains as well that we have from our previous Kickstarters. Those are $2 each, or you can get 2 keychains and a sticker for $2. Now, one of these deals, this deal is for the con only. We are offering 32 comics, the entire FSK digital library, 3 variant covers, 5 prints, 3 metal bookmarks. This is a $300 package. At the convention, it will be $175. It's a con only. So if you want to get caught up on the entire, excluding these 2 books that are coming out on the Kickstarter and 5-star, because we have not printed those yet. Those are done. We just haven't printed them yet. If you want to get caught up with the entire FSK library, this will be the package to do it on. And then get your 5-star number 2 and get your Greenzone 2 and 3, and you're good to go. We're also going to be doing another deal, 3 comics, 2 prints, 1 bookmark for $30. And our final deal for the show will be if you buy 5 comics, you get 1 of the comics, you get 1 extra comic for free. These are all convention deals. Come check us out, booth 1331. I'll be the loudest dude there. There'll be a lot of blue. Vigilance and Ironsmith will be in the building. Tony Clapper will be there with us as well. So come check us out. Get your comics. Come get your geek on with us, and let's have a good time this weekend. All right. All right. Well, Fish, thanks for coming on here and hanging out with me tonight.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It was a fun time. I loved watching your work on that Hotshot page, man. I dig your stuff.
Thank you, man. I know I'm a fan of your work already anyway. FSK Go, y'all. FSKGo.com. Go to the follow me page so you're alerted to it when we launch it. Or join us at 7:30 a.m. with your favorite bowl of cereal, your OJ, and your milk. And we'll launch this up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Me, Fish Lee, Greenzone, all morning. Get it cracking. All right. Hold up. We're going to hear from one of our sponsors, one of the shows on this amazing network called the Agents of Geekdom. Check us out. And then we're rolling out, y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson.